Okay, we're finally going to finish these notes. Here we go. We're going to finish out this problem. Again, we're trying to find, we know we have an absolute maximum, so we're going to try to find that. We need to find the derivative, and again, I'm going to go ahead and just tell you this derivative, keeping in mind that I think we're all capable of finding the derivative of this without too much trouble. So this one's going to be negative 2x minus 1 over x squared minus x quantity squared. Okay. All right, so what we need to do is set the top and bottom here equal to 0. So we're going to have 2x minus 1 equals 0. And we're also going to look at x squared minus x equals 0. When we solve this one, we're going to find out x equals 1/2. When we look at the other one, we're going to find out that x must equal 0. Or 1. Okay. Now, this one's interesting. So normally, if we were looking at a closed interval like we did earlier, we would test the endpoints. We would also test anything inside the endpoints. However, 0 and 1 are excluded, okay, because they are not part of the interval that I want to find the maximum on. So keep in mind that the parentheses, remember, do mean that they cannot equal 0 or 1. So when I found those, they don't even mean anything for us. So the only one I'm going to look at, we know that the absolute maximum is going to happen at x equals 1/2 because it's the only critical point that I have left over. So we're going to evaluate f of 1/2. And when I do that, we'll get -4. So f of x has an absolute maximum of -4 at x equals 1/2 on the interval 0 to 1. Okay. All right, so that's kind of interesting because sometimes when we think about an absolute max or minimum, we're thinking about what is the highest or lowest point on the entire function. But sometimes we want to know the absolute maximum or minimum on a particular interval, okay? And we don't want to know everywhere in there where we have either a peak or a valley. We want to know the highest or lowest one. In this case, it was the highest one, okay? All right, so your assignment covering these notes is right below this video, so you guys can get started working on those. On Thursday, you're going to have some review over all of the topics we've talked about in Chapter 5. That's Thursday, so Monday, I'll be back with you and we'll go over all of those things and make sure that we're kind of clear on relative and absolute maxima and minima. And next Wednesday, don't forget, is our big trip to see Calculus the Musical. Whoop, whoop. All right, I'll see you guys. Have a good week. Bye-bye.